Hello everybody, welcome to an unboxing of the Zombicide game. We've been playing it a good deal on Tabletop Sim lately, so I just wanted y'all to see I do have the game and let y'all see what the components look like. Our viewer Gaelic Hellross was talking about possibly getting the game and using it in an upcoming play session. So I wanted to show y'all what the actual physical game looked like, the size of the pieces, the difference between it and the tabletop sim version of it, being that the tabletop sim version does have a few nicer elements being on the computer, of course. Stuff like the fact that it has the chest full of miniatures, and the other chest over there full of all the various cars and pieces and everything. Now, don't worry, this isn't going to become a Zombicide channel. We're not going to get into doing Zombicide all the time, but I am really enjoying the game. I really love playing board games, and it's nice to be getting a little bit of diversion away from your uh, pure video game every now and then. I'm enjoying it. Mind Fiend seems to be getting a kick out of it, or at least is humoring me, so we'll probably have some Zombicide on the channel from time to time as we go along. Alright, next up we're going to open up the box here and show you what's inside. And here we are. This is what the game looks like with the box opened up. You see the various things on the side, the pictures of the walker, the runner, the fatty, and the abomination. Got the top of the box back here. We're going to zoom on a little bit closer, and I will reach out here. I apologize for a little bit of shakiness. I'm recording this on my iPhone, of course, so it's not sitting on stand or anything, so I will try and hold it as still as we can possibly get. As we open it up, right here's the Zombicide rulebook. Y'all have seen this in its hardbound version. In the actual game itself, as you see, it is pretty much exactly the same as the one that's sitting on the table in the tabletop sim. We just finished Y-Zone over here, and next up we're going to be trying the 24-hour race of Zombicide. So that is the rule book. Then you have sheets of counters that have all been unpunched so far. I have not actually played this in its physical form. I've only played it on the tabletop sim. It's very difficult to get game nights gathered up. The only way to do it, that's why I tend to do all my gaming pretty much on the computer these days, just because my friends and my family, we have a very hard time getting together with all our scattered schedules. So I am going to take all the components out of the box now and lay them out on the table, and we'll give you an overview of everything that we have here. Okay, we have taken the counter sheet off the top, the one with the police cars. Here, the experience markers you've seen, the ones that look like bullets. Of course, you've got your spawn points. You've got your doors. Remember, the actual physical game doesn't come with 3D doors. It comes with these counters here. And the counters in this form are shut. You flip it over, and these are the busted open doors, as you see. Okay? And on the other side of the police cars are the pimp mobiles. Quite fitting, don't you think? Down here you have the objective markers, you have the noise counters, and the two special objectives. Sometimes whenever you flip over a marker, it could be red, but when you take it and flip it over, you'll find that it has a green or a blue side, and that can mean something in the actual game. It can like trigger spawn areas or set up other kind of conditions that go on. Now, over here, slide the game back on over here to the main part of the table. You've got your deck of cards. I imagine that looks like the equipment deck. We'll see if there is another set with the... Okay, it's the equipment. Yeah, the equipment deck is the red part, and then the zombie deck, I guess, would be the lower part with the green. But it's all wrapped in plastic, as you see there with the spawns. Phew! As we really love. So we'll set that to the side. Next up, you have got your dice. Comes with 6 regular dice. I think the Kickstarter came with zombie dice, the Zombicide dice, the ones that you see in the game. I pick out every now and then that are black and the red, with the red pips and the with the red pips and the skull and all that on it. Down below these boxes, you've got all shrink wrapped here. Got a spacer holding everything in place. Let me see if I can get up underneath it. There we go. There are your character cards here, shrink wrap. The beautiful Wanda on top. And then your double-sided tiles. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to set it here on the table. And then next up, we will be opening these two boxes, and I will show you what's inside them. All right, and here you go. That is everything unboxed and laid out on the table for you. As you see there, we have separated out the cards. We've got the, whoops, I knocked over the figures. You do have separated out the cards. As you see, you do have the equipment and the zombie cards here. Equipment such as the canned food. You see, they are the mini cards. They are small, probably about the size of my thumb or so. But, you know, with everything packed into the deck, packed into the box here, I don't mind having little mini cards. In this little box, haven't unpacked it, but they're your experience markers. You know, the little things that we slide across the top of the character sheets to keep track of how much experience they've earned. Then you come down here, and inside all of these, I will put them back down in here. Let's see, there's where you went. I think this is where you went. Let's see if I can lay them back in here in some sort of fashion. There, I think we've got them back in. All right. Here, the first up is the box with the abomination over here on the left. And then the characters. There's Doug with his dual-wielded submachine guns. There's the mighty Wanda on her roller skates and her chainsaw. Next up is Phil and his rifle. Josh, of course, with his hoodie and his dual pistols. There's the back end of Ned. He's being grumpy because he still hasn't found his bunker key. There's Ned with his sniper rifle and his pan. And there, of course, is the ebullient Amy with her katana. Okay. Mr. Abomination down here. Doesn't he look just absolutely hideous? These are going to be so nice when they get painted up. I'll hold one up, show you what the size they are. Once again, here you go, so you can see the size and what you're looking at as far as the size of the board, the size of the miniatures and all. You've seen it. You don't really get, you get kind of a scale on Tabletop Sim, but you don't really get a real accurate representation. So there it is compared to my hand. And yes, unlike Donald Trump, I do have freakishly large hands. So do take that into consideration, that she's actually about 4 inches tall there. Okay, so that's them. Next up, you see all the zombies here. You've got the various runners, you've got the fatties, and then you've got all the regular zombies out to the side. And as you see, you have got 8 fatties, you've got 16 runners, and you have got 40 regular zombies and the abomination over here. So that is what comes with the regular game. Said this is about 50, depending on the price that you can get it at. The low to mid 50s to around $60, like on Amazon. And that's everything that comes with. The hugest amount of price, I'm sure, is because of all the figures here. So that is the core Zombicide game. And of course, because of the rules, as soon as you run out of figures here, as soon as you've used up all the various zombie figures and you have them on the board, if you get another spawn and you don't have a figure to represent it, then you have to activate them all. So there's a way around that, however, which I will show you in just a moment. So pretty much, as any gamer can tell you, the best way to avoid getting extra activations in one of your games because you don't have enough figures is to get more figures. As you see here, This last week, I have received the next two games in the series. As I said, I do enjoy this game. I enjoy this game a lot, and I am willing to support it. This is the expansion set, not a standalone, but an expansion set called Toxic City Mall, which has additional rules, some additional playing boards, 4 new characters to play with, 4 new player characters, and some bunch of new zombies. And then I've got the Season 2 expansion, Zombicide Season 2, which is Prison Breakout. And needless to say, this one tends to occur around a mall. This one tends to occur in a prison. I'm going to open them up now. I've taken the plastic off, but just like Zombicide over here, I haven't actually opened up the box yet. So we will open up both of these and lay them out and let you see what they look like. Okay, first up is the expansion. This is the Toxic City Mall. And as you see, it comes with more dice, it comes with more wounded cards, comes with its own special deck of spawn cards because we have a new type of zombie, some more dice. We have a new type of zombie. We have the Toxic Zombie. If these zombies in the core game are basically your Left 4 Dead zombies, like the fatties here, that are, you know, kind of like the boomers, except they don't explode. And the runners, who are a lot like the hunters because they run fast and can attack fast. And of course the abomination up here, our old pal, who is kind of like the tank, especially with some of the optional rules you can play. Doug, quit hugging the abomination. You get the toxic zombies here, which are a lot like the spitters from Left 4 Dead 2. That's the kind of thing. They have like toxic blood that can spray out, and you want to make sure that you're not close to these. These are kind of the kind of zombies you want to take with a ranged weapon as opposed to a melee weapon. It's got its own book of additional rules, additional missions. Over here you've got character cards, you've got a bunch of new tiles depicting the mall. There's things like rubble, items like rubble, so you've got a good number of issues there like that. Good number of extra stuff to play on. There are 4 new characters. There's Derek. Derek is kind of the, let me see if I can find him here. There we go. Derek is kind of the survivor surfer kind of guy. And then you got Elsa. Elsa here is sort of an assassin type. You have got Nima. Nima is down in here. Is this her? I think this is her. Nima is kind of the office worker, secretarial type who has survived and gone into the apocalypse here. And then finally you have Raul. And Raul is over here. And Raul has his special abilities, you can see, is called webbing. He's got like a tactical vest. So all 5 items that he carries with him are always considered to be in his hand, since he can grab all 5 of them. Then you have, of course, the toxic abomination as well. Every one of the basic zombies has its own toxic version. And you have one of the nicest things I like. Instead of the first player token, you've got a little plastic skull which you pass around for whoever is the first person, whoever goes next in the series. So that's Toxic City Mall. As I said, adds in a bunch of new items and new rules and everything, but doesn't do a lot. Adds in a new zombie type, but doesn't do a lot to take care of I've run out of zombies, oh my god, I'm going to have an extra activation problem. So that is solved by that gets help taken care of by Season 2 Prison Outbreak. Now, Prison Outbreak is not exactly an expansion. It can be used in expansion, but it's a standalone game as well. It uses the same rules that Zombicide does and just expands upon them. So a lot of people will tell you to just get Prison Outbreak because it has all the rules of Zombicide and just builds upon them. And you get your figures and all. I'm a bit of a completionist, plus I like the original characters and I love having plenty of zombies. So I went for both, as you would imagine. And as you see, it comes with its own rule book. Comes with its spawning cards and its equipment cards and the dice. It comes with character sheets for the new characters. It comes with plenty of counters for cars and vehicles and sound. It comes with lots and lots of its own special tiles. As you can see here, a big old thick stack of them. But most impressively, it comes with an awful lot. Oh, it comes with its characters. So you see you have its own set of character figures here, which on the box, going from left to right, the lady with the vest is Kim. Next over is Grindlock, the headbanger. Down here you have Bill, which is kind of like a parkour specialist. You have Watts, the family man. You have Shannon, the soldier. You've got Joshua down here. So you've got those 6 characters that come on in the prison outbreak. But most of all, it has its own special set of zombies as well. These brown zombies up here are the Berserker zombies. And they've all got their own special types. The Berserker fatties, the Berserker runners, the Berserker regular zombies, and of course the Berserker abomination. And what is special about the Berserkers is that they have a special toughness, so that they cannot be harmed by range weapons. You have to get up in their face and melee with them. So suddenly the big melee weapons like the chainsaw and the concrete saw and all kind of come into their own, as weapons like the sniper rifle and all kind of fall back out of favor. And of course, it has plenty of zombies that it has along with it as well, including another abomination. So now, if you were to draw the cards, and all these cards, all the spawn cards get mixed in, as you can imagine, you can now have 2 regular abominations, a Berserker abomination, and a Toxic abomination all on the map at the same time. Now I'm going to pull back and show y'all what all the zombies out here look like. And there you go, all 3 box sets that I have, all the multicolored survivors, all color-coded along with their cards, and all the zombies, all the regular flavor, the toxic flavored, and the Berserker flavored. So there you go. So I said, yeah, I'm having a good time with this game. I'm going to definitely be spending time seeing if I can paint these up. I love painting miniatures almost as much as I love playing the games. So there you are. Even if I never actually get to physically play it, I'll still enjoy just having them around and taking a look at all my zombies and all. So I hope you've enjoyed this little unboxing of the 3 sets, Zombicide, Prison Outbreak, and Toxic City Mall. I've got a couple of other things that I'm not showing here because I'm wanting to keep them as a surprise, hopefully in our next game. So we will see y'all then. Thanks for thanks for coming along with me here. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as I said, don't fear, this isn't going to become the Zombicide channel. But do look for some games of it in the future because I'm having an awful lot of fun with it. And hopefully maybe I can show y'all some of the painting and stuff if I ever have time to sit down and actually work on getting some of these painted up and looking good. So there you go. Thanks again, and we will see you back in game. Bye-bye.